Lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by the title of this video, today I'm doing a very highly requested reading, and that is for Mac Miller. So if you do like this reading, please do hit a thumbs up. Subscribe for more readings just like this as well, but I'm going to get straight into it. I'll be entirely honest, I don't know a lot about Mac Miller, if anything at all really. I do know him from Ariana Grande. I don't really know his music. I don't know much about him as an artist. His energy is so soft and it's so gentle, and he was like that on earth as well. He had a really gentle spirit. When something needed to be said, he would say it, but he didn't know necessarily how to say things. Music was his expression, and before I kind of switched the the camera on, he did say to me, I loved music. So I really feel that music was his outlet. It was his outpour, and he's very gentle in the way he comes through. He is just saying things every now and then. He has said a major apology to his family, his friends, the people in his life, his fans. His fans kept him going on a lot of days. Mac Miller, I know this is obviously, he was extremely depressed. There were days when he really struggled to get out of bed. When he looks back at his life on earth, it's played in black and white. There's no colour. He struggled. There were days when he just wanted to get out of his own head. He wanted to escape. And in a sense, when he passed away, although he didn't expect it because he had tried to do this before, he didn't expect this to be the time. He didn't think these are his words, these are what he's saying. I didn't think it would be the last time. I thought I'd come back. But now he's here, I do have to say, now he's there. He's happy. He feels released. His spirit feels free. He says he's so sorry. Like, Mac Miller had a deep heart, and he loved the people in his life. Like, he loved them. But he's just said it. I just couldn't love myself, and no matter how much everyone loved me, it wasn't enough. It's so funny, I haven't even touched the cards yet because his energy is so close. He's literally just speaking without even pulling any cards. He's letting me know that he really had trouble loving himself. There was no self-love, and he would get compliments. He would get, people would praise him. People would give him praise and love, and he just couldn't accept it. He just didn't know how to accept it. There was voices in his head that just did not let him have those compliments as his own. He really struggled, and he just couldn't express it in a way that he needed to. There was no outlet. There was no way. No matter what he did, it just wasn't good enough for him. Nothing he did was good enough. Nothing at all. So with saying that, he was extremely difficult on himself. He's saying, okay, there we go, got the first card. I put a lot of pressure on myself. He's saying no one else put pressure on me like I put on me. No one else put pressure on me like I put on me. No one. And he's saying no one would ever understand why I just couldn't, why I couldn't be proud of myself, why I couldn't feel good about myself. No one got it. He's saying from where he is, he can see his journey now, and he can see how far he came. But when he was on Earth, he just couldn't see it. It just wasn't there. He's just mentioned Ariana. He has just mentioned Ariana. So here we go. He is absolutely feeling free. These cards are Horus, the Cosmic Gateway. So these are all really highly spiritual cards. And actually, Mac Miller would have been very spiritual. He's just said the word dreams. He used to get a lot of, I feel like he may have been clairvoyant. He used to get a lot of messages in his dreams. And that is why when he visits people on Earth, which he still does regularly, he's a regular visitor to Earth, and he is an angel for a lot of people, including Ariana Grande. She's not the only person that he visits, but he does help her. But he visits people when they sleep, because that's how he used to be visited by spirit. So that's how he visits other people. He visits them when they're sleeping. He likes to come to people in dreams. That's his favourite way, and he's just smiling at that because he finds that quite precious. So let's just see. What do you want us to know, Mac? What do you want us to know? He's talking about his record label. And he's just said split. He's like, I wanted to split at the end. I wanted to split at the end. I don't know much about his musical career, I'm going to be entirely honest. I don't know much about it at all. He's saying, I just wanted to split at the end. I just didn't want to do it anymore. Yeah, his strength was down. Like, he was sick of it, you know? Like, okay. He came into the industry wanting a different outcome to what he got. When he got in the industry, it wasn't what he thought it would be. It just wasn't how he expected things to be at all, and he struggled with that. He wanted to put a lot of his own spin on things, but he couldn't. The record label challenged him. They challenged him a lot. This the Three of Pentacles talks about creativity block. He suffered creativity blocks at the hands of other people. So he suffered creativity blocks at the hands of others. He was a very creative person, like extremely talented, but he struggled. He didn't get to make the impact because people held him back. And what he's saying is, yeah, he's just mentioned it. He said, because I had self-doubt, because I doubted myself, when people used to tell me I couldn't do it and I shouldn't do it, I believed them. But now I'm on the other side and I can see that I should have just followed my intuition and I would have been happier. And he is actually saying to tell his fans, don't do that. Don't let people bring you down. The Three of Wands, it talks about self-expression and speed and new projects. Yeah, this talks about you knowing who you are, you knowing what you're good at. He knew, deep down, he knew he was talented. He knew he had great creative ability, but the self-doubt and the people around him were like, no, you're our kind of toy. You're going to do what we want you to do. And it was a test. It was an absolute test. And he had demons already. It was just not what he needed as well. He didn't want to go to work and feel like he was being tested there as well. He thought the whole thing of him making it and being an artist was that he got to do what he loved to do without being tested and challenged and not being allowed to be creative. But it wasn't like that at all. He really, really struggled. Yeah, people in his label, they wanted to keep him in a box and wanted to bring him down. Yeah, and he's just saying, I just didn't have the strength. I didn't have the mental strength. I didn't have the physical strength. I just couldn't cope with it. So I just let them do it. He's saying if they could see me now, yeah. He's saying when I was on Earth, I couldn't see it. This is only from here, from where I am now, that I can see. He's saying if they could see me now, my gosh. He's like, I'd love to see the look on their face. A lot of people did a lot of things behind his back. And he couldn't see it at the time. And so the Eight of yeah, oh my gosh, they screwed him over because he had the potential. Like for me, I love like true hip hop. Like I love Tupac, I love Snoop Dogg. Like he had the potential to be up there. He is saying, I wanted my music to be poetry. He's saying, I wanted my music to have meaning. I wanted it to be meaningful. But they didn't want me to do that. And this is talking about that. This is talking about him wanting to go back. And for him to, if he could go back and do it again, it would be different. He's saying, if I could go back and do it again, it would be different. But he's saying a massive thank you to his fans. He's saying, believe me, there were days when I would see tweets and I would see love on Instagram. So these are his words. He said, you have no idea how much that pulled me through. He said, you had no idea. Saying, I know people want to know personal questions. He's like, I'm not going to let them go that deep into me. He's saying, I'm not going to let them go that deep into me. So I don't know how much he's going to give us. What he is saying is, oh God, okay, he's talking about a brother and a male energy. He's saying no one got me like my brother. I don't know if he has a brother or any other siblings, or whether he, if it's not a brother, this is someone who he felt like was his brother. Like they were, like this person could have been blood. If he doesn't have a brother, then this person felt like his brother. So yeah, he's saying I let him down. He's saying, I let him down. He's like, I could have done better. He's like, and I'm so apologetic to him. And his brother still cries for him. I know it's still recent. I don't think he even passed that long ago. It's still recent. But his brother still cries. He's saying, and my dad. He said, my dad. He said, the men in my family took it harder than my mum. The men in my family took it harder than my mum. I think his mum was very spiritual as well, and I think she believed in life after death. He says, I've visited my mum. He said he spoke to his mum. His mum hasn't not acknowledged his passing. He said, my dad and my brother can't take it. He said that breaks his heart. Oh, that's really sad. That's really sad. Mac Miller's death really struck me, even though I don't really follow him, and I don't know too much about his music. He's the same age as me, so it just is heartbreaking, you know. And I think he has his whole life ahead of him. To pass so young, it's really sad. Yeah, they're just two cards that have come out, and that makes total sense. He wants to protect. He wants to protect. Okay. I'm going to pull on Mac's love life now. So Mac Miller, please direct the cards for what you want us to know. He's instantly talking about Ariana Grande. He's saying, I know that's what people want to know. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You want one more card? I'm going back and forth. Do we want one more card? I'm going back and forth. We've got Horus, the Cosmic Gateway again. So he's strongly basically saying he believes everything happens for a reason. Yeah, okay. Okay. He loved Ariana Grande, and I'm not just talking about as a girlfriend, as a friend. Yeah, he's saying she was there till the end. They were friends till the end. I feel like they were in contact till the end. He's saying she's a very sweet girl. Yeah, and she was very nice to me. He's a very sweet guy. Like, the way he is, he's a very gentle and very sweet guy. He's saying she was very nice to me. He said, you guys don't even know. He said, you don't even know. He's getting very passionate now. Okay, he's saying, you don't even know. I'm going to have to say what he's saying. He's saying, how dare you? How dare you come at her like that? He's saying, you don't even know the half of it. You don't know what I put her through. You don't know the days that I couldn't get out of bed and she got me out of bed. You don't even know. Oh, okay. This isn't even, I've got to say this. The energy I'm picking up isn't even like a love of a boyfriend to a girlfriend. This is a love of a deep, like a soulmate. This is a love of a friend. They had a very deep connection. Very, very deep. And he is just saying, she meant the world to me in a way you can't even imagine. She was the sunshine of my life. She was the sunshine of my life. Yeah, he's saying on days when I just couldn't do it, on days when you might have wanted to see me at a concert and I really didn't want to do it, she made sure that I got there. And we've got the Three of Wands again. He's talking about the creativity. Yeah, she gave, on days when I honestly, this is his words, on days when I honestly couldn't mentally be bothered, she made sure I got out of bed. So please don't blame her for anything, because this is what I wanted. This is what I created. This was all me. He wanted to do this a few times. This is not the first time. He was just a troubled soul, and he had a lot of issues that he couldn't deal with. And it was almost like for him, he would get better and he would bring himself back down. He would get better and he would bring himself back down. He was his own worst enemy. There was so much he wanted to do. He's not done talking about his career. I'm trying to talk about love. He's like, no. He's like, I wasn't done. I had more to manifest. The Magician is about manifestations and about your dreams coming true. He's like, I had more to do. And oh my gosh. Okay. He was about to do... He had some business ventures lined up. He had big steps. He's saying, I just couldn't hold on for it, but there would have been big movements from him. And the Sun reverse talks about the delay and that not happening. That also talks about the end of his relationship as well. These two cards, I think they need to go together. He's saying, so you want to know where I am now. He's saying, or why I did what I did. He's saying, I'll never know. He's saying, but it was my time. It was my time. He was a very intelligent person. He loved to analyse situations. He loved to analyse. He was highly analytical. He definitely could have been like a laughy and jokey character, but he had a very quiet essence about him as well. Like, he could have easily like sat in a coffee shop all day and watched people go by. Like, that is his ideal way of spending an afternoon. Wants to say there was more. It's sad. There was more I could have done. That's all he's saying. But he's saying it was the right time, and he doesn't have any regrets. I just want to get back. Can you give me something on your love life? Anything at all? That card wanted to come out. Anything. Come on. He's saying, I'm not going to say too much. He's saying it. He's saying, I'm not going to say too much. He's saying, I'm not going to say too much. He's like, because it's private. He's saying, I was in a relationship before I passed. He's saying she could have been the one. But I'll never know. He's saying, I'll never know. He's at peace. That's all he wants you to know. The Six of Swords signifies peace and harmony, and being where you want it to be. The funny thing with the Six of Swords, which is what he's really trying to say here, is again, it talks about projects and relationships and things like that being incomplete. And he wants to make that very clear. He's saying, I didn't get to do all I wanted to do. But I'm okay. That's okay with me, because I'm happy now. I'm happy. I still want to make a difference through my music. He's saying, if you're feeling down, you're going to hear one of my songs and it's going to lift you up. He's talking to fans here now. He's saying, from this side, I can still make a change. He's saying, even more so, I can make a difference. And my legacy will still live on. People will still talk about me. Projects will still be made. There's more that you didn't hear from me. There's more music to be played. Yeah, he's saying, that's really funny. Oh my God, that's a bit freaky. I feel like that poem, that rhyme there has actually come from him. I don't even remember what it was. That's come directly from him, because he was a poet and he was quick. He was quick on it. He had a lot of talent when he thought something and he felt something. Although he had trouble expressing himself with his emotions, he had a way of writing things that were beautiful, and he made a lot of songs. So that rhyme that you just heard, that came from him. There's more music to be played. Yeah, he's talking about his dad here as well. He's just saying I loved him, I loved him, I loved him, I loved him. Okay, one more card, because that's interesting. That card signifies a father role. But why is he saying I'm the dad? Okay, I don't know. Did Mac Miller have a baby? Did Mac Miller have a baby? Did Mac Miller have a baby? Oh, I've got 2 cards. Okay. Did Mac Miller have a baby? Did Mac Miller have a baby? He's saying no, I didn't. But I wanted to. Okay. No, I didn't, but I wanted to. She could have been the one. I don't know who he was with before he passed away. I don't know who he was with before he passed away. It wasn't a good relationship though, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that because the 7 of Swords talks about dishonesty and not trusting people around you. And that came out as he's talking about her. Like, he's still saying she could have been the one though. Yeah, okay. He's saying I just wasn't sure. I just wasn't sure. Again, he's talking about the creative success. Yeah, he really, like, he's saying I really could have done something. I really could have done something. And in a way, yeah. Okay. Oh God, that's a bit deep. Okay. The 8 of Cups signifies having a change of heart. Making a different choice. He's saying, had I made a different choice, had I gone another way, I would have been somebody. I would have been somebody. Yeah. Because it's so funny, even though we look at him and see him as, you know, a highly established artist, he doesn't see himself that way. He's just, okay, his energy's pulling back. Mac, is there anything else you want people to know before you go? I'm rhyming. What is this? You can tell, but you can tell his energy's coming through me. Is there anything else you want people to know before you go? Is there anything else you want people to know before you go? Oh my God. This woman in his life, I feel like she wasn't trustworthy. She wanted to be with him, but for all the wrong reasons. And he's saying, and yeah, too right, because that's what I was attracting. I wasn't in a place of attracting positive things. I was attracting things that were bad for me. So that would make sense. He's pretty clear on that. He's pretty clear that he was attracting not very good stuff for his soul. Yeah. He's saying his money is going to the right people. That's what that talks about as well. He's just saying any money I had, any of my possessions, they've gone to the right people. He's like, so I'm happy about that. Oh my gosh, I can't. All we've had in this reading is his disappointment in himself. He's still having to work. He's still being really hard on himself, guys. From the other side, he's still being super hard on himself. We've had at least 5 cards now where he's talked about how he could have done more and how he could have done better. And the 6 of Wands is that again. The 6 of Wands reverse talks about disappointment and self-doubt. How he could have done better. How his dream didn't come to fruition. How he just didn't feel great. How he didn't feel accepted, how he didn't feel wanted. He's still not acknowledging really that the true love that people had for him, he still can't accept it. And he's got a lot of work to do with that on the other side. He's still very, very new there, so you know, he's still got a lot of work to do. Yeah, the justice reverse, he's mean to himself. He's really hard on himself. Like, I'm talking about, you know, when you have your worst day and you beat yourself up and you make yourself feel bad. That's him every day. That's what he was dealing with every day. He was going through that every day. It's just too much. It's too much, and it was too much for him. He just couldn't do it anymore. He's saying, I'm sorry. He's saying, I just couldn't do it anymore. He wants to apologise to his friends because he did have a good group of friends and they had a good time together, and he wants them to spend time together again. He wants them to regroup without him. He's saying, I'll still be there. I'll still be there, but I need you guys to come back together for me, please. Just pull one more card. Yeah, okay. Yeah. He's saying, what do you mean with the death card? Yeah. He wants to talk about the death in itself. In a way, he even feels guilty. He's saying, because of my stature and who I am, he's like, I don't ever want anyone to go and do this. He's like, I don't ever want anyone to feel this way. Even if you're dealing with mental health, he's saying, go and get help, go and speak to someone. He's like, I'm not saying this is okay, this is not okay. He's saying, this is not okay. He's saying, I didn't even think it would be the last time for me, and it was. He wants to acknowledge that. He wants to highly acknowledge that. I never really pull this many cards, but he's got a lot to say, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, oh my gosh, this guy Mac, please. He's so hard on himself. The Eight of Swords reversed is self-blame. Self-blame. Yeah, this is how he felt. This is how he felt when he passed. He just hated himself, I'm gonna be honest. He just did not like himself at all. Oh, okay. Oh, bless him. But he said, I'm going to love myself now. He's like, but I'm going to love myself now. And as he said that, he's wanting me to pick up an angel card for him. And it's Mary Magdalene, the Teacher Awakens. And that says everything to me. And to explain that to you, he's learning. Oh, that's really sad. He's learning from where he is. It basically says, you have something important to share, follow the inner call, don't let anything stop you. He's saying, I couldn't do it on earth, I couldn't portray it on earth. He's like, but I can do it now. He's like, and I'm okay. And he wants to leave it at that. He just wants to say, I'm okay, I'll always be with you. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. My music can still be played, you can still listen to me. And he's also saying there is more music, there's more music that hasn't yet been released, and it will come. And there's messages in his music as well that you may hear that you haven't heard before, but he wants to pull away. He's saying, I'm okay now. I'm gonna love myself now. I'm gonna go. So yeah, that is my reading for Mac Miller. He's pulling away. He's pulling away. Oh, his last words are sorry and peace. Yeah, he's saying sorry and peace. He wants to spread a lot of love in this world, even still from where he is. And he wanted to do that with his music. But the record label said hip hop doesn't sell on love. And he wants to now show from where he is now that that's not true. And we're going to see a lot of different things done with his music. I think we're going to see them on maybe like hear his music even on adverts that have an impactful message, in films that have an impactful message. Oh, sorry, I've got deep breaths just as he's pulling away. We're going to hear his music used in an impactful way, and like he said, there's more music to come. So there's more music that he didn't release that will be released. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this reading and that you got something from it. If you did like it, please hit a thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos just like this one. Please comment down below if you'd like me to read for anyone else or any other topics specifically. And I will see you soon for another video. Bye!